We know as an industry, I mean, people forget that it was only 1967 that condominium legislation became law in Ontario, in 1966 in British Columbia. So the first 10 years it was really, very fragmented and not that much experience, and some mistakes made in a new industry. So we got involved in 1976, so it was still very early. And I can remember in the early days, people would come into our building at Harbour Square and they'd say, well, how is this going to work? You think someone's going to buy this little piece of the sky? Like, who's ever going to want to buy it again from you? Like the questions that were asked, I mean, it sounds comical today. As an industry, it was a very, very generic sale at the beginning. And today it's really obviously very mainstream. And if you fast forward to pre-Greenbelt era, around 2000 to 2005, 2/3 of all the new homes in the GTA and surroundings were low-rise, townhouses or single family. 1/3 were condominiums. When that Greenbelt legislation came into effect and basically froze 1,600,000 acres around the city, CIBC came out with a study after a few years in 2012, and they said, Toronto has become like an island. And the most expensive real estate in the world are the islands, Singapore, Hong Kong, Manhattan, because you've got the lake and then you've got this big green belt where you can't do anything. So post-green belt, 2/3 of the homes that are sold, the new homes, are condominiums, and about 1/3 are low-rise. But the number of new homes that's been sold every year annually has been pretty consistent in the last 20 years, 25 years. It's been around 40 to 45,000 new homes. CMHC, our federal housing agency, said that the GTA needs 50 to 55,000 new homes per year to stay balanced. So that's one of the reasons why prices are going up, because you've got, less land that's supplied, a longer approval process. We had a big hiccup in no students, no immigration for the last year or so, but notwithstanding that, the market still was strong. So, I think the GT, we're in a very unique position, being, one of the most ethically diverse cities in the world, that there's a strong desire for home ownership. So when you line up all those things, it's no wonder that the demand for condominiums has really gone beyond, the 5 boroughs in the city to, Barrie, Ottawa, London, Kingston, Hamilton, Niagara Falls. So it was really not in the fairly recent future that we didn't have a lot of product for market outside of the GTA. But today it's just everywhere.